Grand rising, my gods and goddesses. How are you, my lovelies? I hope well. Okay, we're talking about direction today and the flow of energy, oxygen, breathing patterns. I have some sage here. I forget what kind of leaves. I will let you know. I'll go look it up. I'll let you know. Because I have so many different kinds that I forgot which kind this was that I've just burned out. So, whenever I'm trying to pick up the spark here, and that's what we're going to talk about, that's what I'm making this video about. So, I burn sage regularly. It's hard to keep it lit sometimes. So, just working with fire basically, because that's what this is, to keep it lit. It's not just working with fire. It's not just working with the element that it takes to spark it. What we don't also keep in mind or think about is you're also working with the oxygen. Once you spark it, what can put it out or keep it going is oxygen. So you're also working with the wind. The wind and the air, the oxygen, all that blows, that we inhale, the plants are inhaling too. Plants inhale too. That is oxygen and air for both of us. That is what it takes for both of us to breathe and live. So, with that being said, let me see, did I let it completely out? No. Give me 1 second here. Okay. There it is. It's lit. Okay. There it is. Good little spark now. Should have let you see it before it wasn't really lit. But I got it lit now. Okay. So, that's what we're going to talk about. People think kind of on a one-track mind sometimes, like it can only go one way when it can go several ways, and it takes several ways sometimes to get to a conclusion. For instance, I try to wave this around to keep it lit, right? So just trying to walk with it in one direction, right? I might move out of the camera for 1 second, but just trying to walk with it in one direction this way, trying to keep it lit. Try that. You just keep moving forward to keep the wind blowing at it. That's like one way to go. Circles really do work to keep it lit. It's a constant spin, however you're spinning with it. But this here, this back and forth motion, this really gives it a spark. Once it is lit well, for some reason I used to think that moving it backwards would make it go out. I thought that it needed to be on one track here. If it's going to go straight, if it's going to go circle, it's still kind of going forward here. It's going one way, it's not going back and forth and all around. However, I get the most spark and the most reaction from it when it's going back and forth and all around. So it leads me to think other things as well, because a lot of times things that occur, for me at least, in one way are applicable in many other ways of life. So direction can mean a lot, is what I got from that. It doesn't have to be one way. And I get the best results when I'm not trying to perfect something. That is when I get the best results, when I don't feel like it has to be so perfect. It has to be just this one way. No, it doesn't. I get the best results when I try new ways, and I'm open to new ways, and I find new results, and they are better than ever. Like, So back and forth really gives it a good spark. Not sure if that applies in any other ways in life. Like, have you ever been in a relationship and you go back and forth and it's like this real hot, ice cold relationship? Like, like hot, ice cold. Like, it's like back and forth, but it's so tense and passionate. Like, there's something about that motion or that direction of things that gives it a spark. Now, with that, not saying it's healthy at all. Not saying that's a healthy spark there. But not saying it's not either, because a lot of times things that we are taught are wrong or bad or that we should fear are things that are powerful, that we just need to get to know, that we just need to know how to handle and use. So it could be powerful if we just knew how to use it and work with it instead of against it. Without understanding, it's confusing. People get frustrated. When you have knowledge and when you are strong in what you know, you have practiced it, like you're practicing it, it's not as hard. It's only hard when you're clueless, when you're confused, when you don't know what's going on or what to do, or you're choosing not to do. That's when it's hard. Let's make it easier on ourselves. Ooh. Nice work. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. I think that's all I came to say today. Was just, not to feel like you have to perfect things and pay attention to direction. Meaning, don't feel like you have to go one way all the time. Don't feel like it has to be just straight and you can never go backwards. You can go straight, backwards, left, right, up, down, whichever. There's so many directions you can choose from that's around you 24/7. Do not let anyone, anything, or society tell you that you are not allowed to move any direction. It's your directions. You'll learn them the more you use them. Nothing's wrong with any direction you choose. There's no perfection. And actually, excuse me, I feel like there is perfection. It's just not what other people think it is. Like, it's not like nothing's wrong. I think the things that are wrong, like your imperfections, are perfect. Like, that is perfection to me. Like, the things that are wrong included with the things that are good, like, it's all together one package, and that is the perfection to me. And that's all I came to say today. Grand Rising, have a beautiful day. Love you guys and goddesses.